Hi, welcome to Life with Steph, Beth, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my adventure in an attempt to prepare for a warehouse job, my very short experience there, and subsequent failure. So basically, I applied to a warehouse job that was pretty good money for a 12-hour shift for 3 days in a row that would also be overnight on weekends. So yeah, nice pay, and hopefully I could just get the pain over with within 3 days and have the rest of the week. That was the plan. The job said that you could walk up to 10 miles a day depending on what kind of position that they basically assigned you to, because you signed up as a warehouse associate, and then they placed you somewhere within the warehouse, basically.
Hi. So I just got out of a pre-employment appointment. I'm not going to say the name of the place because from my understanding, you're not really supposed to tell about like the specifics of that kind of thing. So I am trying to get a warehouse job. I have a thing called a contingent job offer, which means after they get my background test and my drug test back, then if it's clear for them or whatever, then I should be starting. They're giving me an estimated start date of October 1st. It is September 14th right now. So that means I have a little bit of time, if this is accurate, to try to at least get my body slightly accustomed to the absolute horrors it's going to be experiencing. I am concerned for myself, but I feel like given the space, at least I'll have some time to try to, up my activity levels before being thrown into a 12-hour long warehouse shift. So we're gonna see how this goes, and it's also hopefully gonna give me some time to prep my other stuff because, there are other things in my life that I do, and that includes YouTube and school and now this job, probably. So we'll see if I survive or not. The appointment was supposed to take 30 minutes. It took an hour and 15 minutes, but I think it's just because of how many people were there. Of course, they did like all the social distancing stuff, but instead of having like a drug test where you take a pee, it made you stick some weird stick in your mouth that had a cotton pad on it against your lower gum and tongue area for 10 minutes. Very uncomfortable, and my gum is like now really dry right there. I'm not excited about that, but whatever. It is what it is.
So I got through the whole process of applying and went to this pre-hire thing where they took my documents and they took my picture and they did a background check and I took a drug test and all of that, and it came back approved. So then I got a tentative start date, which ended up with me trying to reach 20,000 steps, which is the equivalent of 10 miles a day, and that didn't last long at all.
Hello. Today is official day one of preparing for a warehouse job. That's what I'm gonna call it. I used to take about 2 miles at least every day with Nala, except for like Sundays, and that stopped. It started because it was cold, and then kind of just ended up being not happening at all. And so I thought I'd try to get back up on it. And between not having done this in like forever and having COVID and like doing nothing other than like non-labor type of things when it came to work, yeah, this is a lot harder than it was the last time I did it. That's for sure. So today my goal is 8,000 steps. The most depressing part of all this is that I've only made it to 1,000 so far. And I'm already sweating like crazy and needing to breathe like the way I'm breathing right now, which I think is kind of pathetic, but that's what it is. So my plan is to try to start at 8,000 today and then go up 1,000 every day. I think Nala misses this route. When we used to go on real long walks, I would get my backpack and everything together and all the equipment and stuff, and put on sunscreen and bug spray and all that. And she saw me putting everything together and she just kept getting more and more excited. So she she remembers that this is what we do when we go on long walks. So hopefully today she'll have fun with me. We're on day 2. Today we started out much earlier than yesterday, so it is cooler and quieter, which makes this particular part awkward for me, because not only am I holding like a selfie stick talking to a camera, I feel like people can probably easily hear me. And also there's a vehicle not far from here, so that's awkward. And they're gonna turn down this road. Sweet. Yeah, so yesterday I had to take 2 different walks. We only made 4,000 steps the first time, and then we took a second quick walk and made about 2,000. Specifically, my feet don't like hurt that bad. It's just my legs. Today is day 3. We're supposed to be doing 10,000 steps, and I haven't done a walk at all yet. So Justin invited me to come walk, and we're gonna go to his sister's house, and I'm gonna walk back probably. We'll see how that works out. Yay.
Hi, YouTube people.
Oh, you gonna say hi? I can't see if you're in there, but hopefully you are. Yay. Selfie stick is very useful for this. You go play? You play with the water? It's your favorite thing. It was for like the longest time. You're gonna put it on me now, huh? So today is day 4. We're aiming for 11. We'll see how that works out, considering it's already 6 p.m. and I'm not feeling it. Less sore than yesterday. That's a good thing, but other than that, I'm really over it. I'm not amused by anything today. Really in a bad mood, honestly. And Nala is hyped because she's been going on long walks for several days. And she had to wait all day for me today, so. Very quick update. It is day 5. I'm not amused, but Justin has managed to get me to go on a walk by promising Subway, because Subway is in town and we can walk to it. So that's what we're doing. Yay. Hi, hello. It's raining, and that is partially the reason why I haven't been walking a whole lot recently. Here's another thing I realized. Strangest thing, really, honestly. I actually have a life, and I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to like setting aside walking for an hour or more. Plus, so like the more steps I need to take, the longer these walks take. And that's just not working out. So I'm hoping that having done something will help me not die on day 1 of warehouse. But I'm just gonna have to deal with being paid to walk around and do stuff when I get paid for my shifts, because this isn't working out. Also, if you didn't know, which you probably didn't, because I don't think I've talked about it yet, I have a Poshmark store or whatever, and I just sold 2 things, like a bundle thing and like someone got a dress. So I decided, you know, I'm just gonna take everything right now on a lovely trip, and then I have a Patreon live stream tonight at 6 p.m. I was gonna be on a podcast recording today, but that got pushed back. So I'm waiting on this person who, like, they had liked 4 things, and so I bundled it and I like offered them a lower price, and they declined it just now, and then added 2 of the same things back to their bundle, and now they're silent. And I'm like, okay, you're supposed to wait like 30 minutes to see if they're done like looking around, but I'm like, dude, if you tell me now, I can ship it today. Like, I need to know, like, right now. So I'm kind of irritated. And then I have some stuff to take to Goodwill, and then some stuff to take back to a store that didn't fit. So just a lot of things going on today, and I'm not interested in walking in the rain right now, or at all. And I was just really fed up with it. I think it's also partially because, I don't know, I feel like I should be up to a better aptitude or something by now. It's been like a week, a few days. And I'm irritated that my body does not respond as quickly as I want it to. Also, doesn't help that I didn't really adjust eating that'll do it too, I'm sure. Makes it harder for your body to be like, sure, let's do this thing. So yeah, this is partially an update and partially wasting a little bit more time to see if this lady or person, whoever they are, is going to say they want to buy something, so I can just send it today instead of taking another trip tomorrow. You know, it'd be a lot better. Also help my reading for fast shipping. I'm just saying. Just saying. As I mentioned before, I have decided to stop with the whole magical training for the job because it wasn't working out. Partially because, quite frankly, I have things to do. And apparently part of that is just feeling anxious. And I suspect a lot of my not feeling like inspired by anything is probably because I am dealing with a transition, and I guess I'm like really nervous, and I don't know, I don't feel like the job is high stakes, which is good, because sometimes I feel like, what if I fail and blah blah blah. Like, I'm not necessarily scared about that, but I know that it's really physical. And it's gonna be 12 hours. I hope I'll be okay. I hope I can do it. I don't wanna fail. But like, just changing even sleeping patterns is weird for me. Which is stupid because part of the reason I was pretty confident in the idea of doing overnight is because I do work better at night. Like, it's just easier for me to focus. It's just my time, I feel like. So I thought that wouldn't be too bad. But now I'm just anxious. And like, I had all these things I wanted to have prepared and stuff. I bought leggings because we're allowed to wear leggings as long as they like cover, you know, they're not like see-through or anything. I haven't tried them on. I've had them for probably since at least the beginning of this week, if not since last week. I haven't tried them on. I got insoles at least over a week ago. I just now tried to put them in my shoes, my second pair of shoes that I'm gonna try to change into. And because I read online, I was looking at how to remove the sole in my shoes, and someone said if the shoes are a little bigger on you, that putting them on top of your other sole is like super comfortable. And I tried it and my heel is just trying to slip out, so I'm gonna have to remove it and like cut it to size perfect and all that jazz. It's pretty close already because the shoes are like a size 10 or something. So I mean, the shoe was a little big, so I thought I would try just putting it on there just to see what would happen. But it wasn't going well. So yeah. And then, I don't know, I got all excited about like stupid Poshmark stuff, and I don't know, I made a few sales in a row, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing so good. And then like, it just feels like everything stopped again, and I don't know, maybe I'm just really stupid when it comes to stuff. I don't know, I just feel like the anxiety, like a mini fire inside of my body, it feels like. I should probably use my weighted blanket. That would be smart. If you recall, this particular situation looks kind of similar. Because I was feeling this way when I was gonna start college for the first time and go on campus. And they sent me like an online training and did that all of last night. It was pretty long, and I'm usually pretty good at moving through stuff pretty fast, and I was just kind of like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna be very mindful of where my body is, and that is not easy for me as an autistic person. Just me personally, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not great at that part. So I am gonna learn how to be better about that. So I think this is gonna be probably my go-to hairstyle. It's just braided back and then braided down and then rolled up into like a bun thing on either side. I don't know if it'll hold. We'll see. I'm just gonna go to the post office because I did actually just sell something on Poshmark, so that's nice. And I might just check out the thrift store real quick. And I guess we get to test the bun situation.
Whenever mommy tries to nap and you don't really want to, you want mommy to wake up and play with you, this is what you do. Don't lick my face. Thank you for your kisses, but I don't want them. Oof. She just climbs up on top of me and sits there and just like, hey mom, and sniffs my face and gives me kisses. And it's like, mom, hey mom, guess what? Guess what? I'm right here. You should pet me. You should pet me. Yes, give me pets. Give me all the pets. She's so cute. I think everybody needs a little bit of cute Nola in their life.
So as a trial run, I stayed up until like 8 o'clock this morning. It's 1:30. I woke up at 12 something. And that's happening. And if I'm tired, my eyes feel weird. But I can't sleep right now. So hopefully I'll be able to sleep here in a minute because this is getting obnoxious. In other news, I took the soles out of my other shoes to put in the gel soles, and hopefully they work. I haven't actually tried it with like socks and putting them on and walking around, but I know that like layering them did not work out for me. I also have no idea what I'm gonna have for lunch when I'm there. I hate my mind. It's activated too much. I really just need to go back to sleep. My husband's supposed to come home soon. Okay, so I'm on a 30-minute break. You can either like go to your car or go to their break room, which I kind of scoped it out because that was indeed an eyelash. Sorry. I did scope it out because I wanted to know if like there'd be actually enough space and stuff for me to actually be bringing stuff, and if I could actually heat it up and everything. They've got like a long row of microwaves and fridges. It should be okay to just bring, I don't know, whatever, because even if it's even a frozen item, I don't think it'll be too bad. Apparently we get a 30-minute unpaid for lunch, a 15 paid, and then another 30-minute paid break for doing 12 hours. So we had like done all these orientation videos online, and for some reason they went over a lot of the same exact information, which I mean I guess is good to help remind people or whatever, but it was just really hard to try to stay focused at the wee hours of the morning on a video we're sitting there watching that we just already watched, you know, stuff about just recently. But it's whatever. But then there was some actual like useful stuff, and some things were like shown like with video, like how to do things, so that was really helpful. There is one thing that they showed us. So I'm gonna be doing something called picking, but they have like robotics here, so it's not like going up and down aisles to find stuff. Like it's brought to you and you just have to figure out like where the thing is and stuff. I don't know, but they were talking about pulling these items within 5 seconds. So you you grab the item, you're supposed to be able to do a 6-point check, verify the last 4 of the barcode, scan and place it in the right thing, like, and you know, take it out of the thing. All those things has to happen in 5 seconds. But the guy in the video, there's no way he was verifying those last 4. There's just no way. There's no way. He just like pulls it out, flips it over to under the thing, and he's already got it in the bin. Like, my brain doesn't work that fast. So this is going to be like a lot of information, but the good thing is it's a system, and I do well with systems. So hopefully this will be perfect. I'm wearing my That's So Stimmy sweatshirt hoodie, and I haven't had any trouble with it. And then I have my hairstyle, which was literally one of the examples on their thing of like acceptable hairstyles. Basically examples of how to like keep your hair up above your neckline or whatever. Basically like here and up. I think I feel unreasonably nervous for something that is supposed to be very simple. I'm just nervous because like you mess something up, like a lot of things could go wrong, you know what I mean? And I'm not very fast. So I'm hoping that they'll have some leeway. There are like rules about certain things you can't do within your first 2 days, just because you might not have the right judgment call on that, which I'm fine with. So here, I'm about to go back in. I found the bathrooms nearest me, at least where we were, and like I didn't have to go. I walked outside and I was like, I kind of gotta go, but I'm like, I'm already out in my car now, and by the time I go back in, I'm not gonna have enough time to go. So we're holding it. That was too much information. So there you go. So I just got off. I'm back home now because I had to get out of that parking lot because it was crazy. Because everyone was getting off at the same time. So today I didn't have to like do a lot of physical work, but I'm already tired. Because we went in at 11:30. And then we had orientation stuff until practically 3 o'clock. And the girls there are so funny. Like, they're really sweet from my interactions with them and everything. And they're like, this is the best thing ever. This is like not that bad. And I'm just like, yeah, but we haven't like had a whole day. So I'm hoping that we all feel that it's wonderful tomorrow because it's going to be a full day. And then after tomorrow, we'll have our third shift ever, and that one will no longer be considered training. And I think I messed up on something, and you can only have so many mess ups within a certain number, so that's awkward. I did not mean to. I got confused about something, and yeah. So, day 2. Had a panic attack. I'm just like so upset with myself. They were really kind. I'm going home early tonight. And we'll see if we try again tomorrow.
So the last clip I recorded was the end of my shift that I did on day 2. And that was because I had a panic attack. My whole body was not okay, and there was so much change going on from trying to switch to a night kind of routine to having an attempt at 12-hour shifts, which I never even made it through an entire 12-hour shift, to doing an extremely physical job as a picker, which required bending and climbing repeatedly within about an 8-second window. To get different items. I wasn't really drinking enough water because I didn't feel like I could take a small break from it because I didn't want to do the wrong thing with time. The warehouse the first day where I was located wasn't that loud, but the second day I was assigned to another area that was louder, and the break rooms were very far away from each other, or very far away from pretty much anything. So most of the break was walking to and from the break room, which I don't think is necessarily acceptable. We were supposed to clock out at our station, then walk to the break room or whatever we were gonna do, have our break, and walk back and be back on for work at the 30-minute mark, which wasn't working for me. I couldn't eat. I tried to eat on my lunch, which didn't work out very well. I ate most of a protein bar and drank some water, and I just still felt really weak and like I needed to throw up. It was just really bad. There is just constant kind of noise Whether there are things like whooshing overhead when you walk through, there is the sound of the whirring of the stuff that comes up to you, and then you have the positive and negative beeps for barcode scanning and the lights that you're supposed to hit and the screen you have to read, and you're supposed to only look at it once, and there's just a lot of things going on. I thought that I could probably do it because it was a system. I'm good at systems, but I really don't think that it just didn't end up working out. That's just what happened. And my ambassador person, basically like a trainer person, had come over to just talk about my progress from day one and from earlier that day, and I just started having a panic attack, and they had to call a manager, and then a manager later on called HR, which sent someone who's trained as a medic. And so it was just a lot. And they tried to work with me. They were very kind. They were very nice. They made sure I knew that, like, they weren't mad at me, it wasn't my fault, etc., because that's how panic attacks work. But ultimately I left at that shift, and I didn't want to go back, but I thought I would wait to make that kind of decision until my mind wasn't in a panicked state and my whole body and my whole being wasn't so exhausted and feeling really out of place. And the next morning, like, I felt physically ill at the thought of going back, and it just wasn't the place for me. I've worked jobs where I've had to be on my feet. I've worked jobs where I've had to do things quickly, but this it was too much, and it wasn't working out for me. And it is hard to deal with realizing that you do have limits. I was doing my best to press through and press through and press through because it was difficult for everyone. And I thought if I just kept pressing through, I would be okay. But what happened was I basically tried to shut out any warning signs that my body and my brain were not okay. And I was not okay. And being autistic, sometimes I don't understand all of my body signals and even my emotions sometimes. And in trying to get through, what I was doing was ignoring messages from my body to tell me that I needed to at least take a break. I needed to be rational, and ended up having a panic attack. And so that really ends the warehouse work journey. I think I will be searching for a part-time job to start, and something that's more suited to my skills. I was really hoping that that job would work out because I didn't have to have an interview, and interviews are really difficult for me. I don't do well in passing them, and I do think that it is partially because I am autistic and it can look kind of sus to people because of my body language and stuff like that. And so I was really excited to be able to do something that maybe wouldn't immediately discriminate against me by accident. You know what I mean? But it didn't work out. So hopefully I can find a part-time job that better suits me, that I will be able to succeed in. I'm really good at computer stuff. But we'll see what happens. And yeah, it kind of sucks. Honestly, was feeling a lot like a failure. I felt like I let down not only like myself, but my husband, and in a way you all, because I was making this video and I had told everyone on like Instagram and Facebook, I was like, oh my gosh guys, you know, I'm starting my new job, and now I'm like, lol, it's gone in like 2 days. Like, it makes me feel really pathetic, to be completely honest with you, but I know that I did my best, and my best wasn't working, and it's probably better that I know now than try to slam myself into it again just to have another panic attack, or God forbid a meltdown, because that would be worse. And yeah, it's just good to know now. It's hard for me because I like to be consistent, and I like to be someone who is considered loyal, and I don't like feeling pathetic, and I don't like feeling like a failure. Does anybody, honestly? But yeah, so that's the reality of what happened, and I wanted to share it with you. So if I have another job adventure journey, I will probably share it here with you as well. I guess you get to see the reality of what it looks like for this particular autistic adult to attempt to get a job. My friend did kind of laugh at me, wondering why I thought I could do a warehouse job, but I did get a good job for trying. So there's that. Anyway, I never had recorded anything to close this video out until now because obviously wasn't feeling it, you know what I mean? Anyway, I thank you for watching this video. I hope you kind of enjoyed it or something. You can hit the like button if you want. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you have issues holding jobs or gaining and succeeding at jobs and are autistic or have any sort of stories or anything you would like to share. Feel free to. If you want to, you can subscribe to this channel. I upload sometimes Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I basically talk about whatever I feel like. So that's about how that goes. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, and I will see you whenever I next upload to this channel. Bye!